Iasu Malagido. I had a woman once ask me, "Do you drive?" And I said, "No, I don't drive. Even if I wanted to drive, I can't afford it. Gas prices are at 184.9 cents a liter. As of May, mid-May, end of May, may I borrow $1 because that's what I need to pay for fucking gas as of 2026. So, unless you're walkable or maybe TTC distance, I'm not getting laid. I can't even afford McDonald's. $15 for a fucking burger and fries and a diluted Coke. Diet Coke, because I'm trying to watch my weight. Oh, holy shit. How's that for an intro? There's some free gas for you. Welcome to the Malaka Podcast. Computer Love, Part 100.
Would you go on a date with me?
Wait, what?
Today, I'm asking 100 girls on a date. Why, you may ask? Well, it's simple. I'm 21 years old. I've never had a girlfriend. I've never even kissed anybody. And honestly, I'm just pretty lonely.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
So, step one, find a place where there's girls of age. Welcome to the University of Toronto.
Just hold on. Sorry, I just want to point out now, when I went to UFT, which was a complete and utter disaster, I actually got kicked out of a class that was only like maybe 10 people in that class because I didn't like the mark on my paper. And so university, college, whatever the fuck you want to call it, whatever country you're in, it wasn't anything like Animal House for me. But I just want to point out UFT, as far as I know, as far as I remember, what I'm trying to get at is it was mostly Asians, and this guy's Asian, so I don't know if he's like just going with what he knows, but I just want to point that out. So let's do it the, I don't know, Gen Z, or I don't know what's below Gen Z, Gen 12, or I don't know, whatever. Let's see where this goes, huh?
Canadians are known to be one of the nicest people in the world, and for the sake...
First of all, again, I want to point that out because they always say Canadians are very nice people. The most of the Canadians I grew up with are somewhere between Trailer Park Boys and Dylan Brooks. Okay, so I just want to point that out. I don't know where this nice stereotype comes from. Okay, that's I mean, customer service alone. Anyways.
In my own self-confidence, I'm really hoping this is true. Would you go on a date? Would you go on a date with me?
Okay. So I'm a lesbian.
Nice. Would either of you two go on a date with me?
No.
Damn, that was fast. Okay, what about you? No? Would you go on a date with me?
Hey, if you're a renter in Canada and you're struggling with heavy credit...
Well, I guess that's the end of the second intro because, I don't know, YouTube apparently has no money left. I mean, like, what was that? Not even a minute, right? Shame on you, YouTube. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to subscribe to my beautiful channels here, listen, if we're going to put some ads in, it's going to benefit me, okay? Fuck it. So... my one channel, my main channel, is at the Malaka Podcast on YouTube, and my other YouTube channels are at the Chuck Norris channel. I still can't believe Chuck Norris is dead. I like to think that he's just warming up, and eventually he's going to come back and just beat the shit out of the devil. But we'll see what happens. And my other channel, newer, the last month or two or whatever the fuck, is called At the 10 Seconds or Less channel. No, it's not about my sex life. I just put up random clips and there you go. It's fun. Just check it out, huh? And my TikTok channel is at the Malaka Podcast 416 channel. There you go. So, you don't need COVID to have a lot of free time on your hands. But the point is, if you can support me, that'd be great. Thank you. But the point is, this is a segment by username Seiko, capital SAYKO. And I asked 100 girls on a date. Now, that last one seemed pretty shocked. Again, he's Asian. The woman that he asked out is Asian. I'm not saying that every Asian has to go together, but the point is the dating world out there is very hard, okay? And especially online dating. But just everywhere, it's very hard. But especially with online dating, it is such a fucking pain in the ass. Because, when you're online, it's easier to lie. It's easier to, be married to somebody and still, just be a very dirty person. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, it is just it's pretty rough out there, And this guy here, he's I'm assuming he goes to UFT, so Asian, an accountant, financially, maybe in 5-10 years he'll do better, and then he'll get a girl, because of his income there, and just he'll figure something out. Don't worry, he'll be okay, or he'll be screwed. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. But what I do know, ladies and gentlemen, is this is the 100th episode, okay? And what I wanted to do was something I did in my very first few episodes of online dating. What I did was I posed as a woman online. No, Caitlyn Jenner shit. Not there's anything wrong with that, Although I was reminded just, recently that she got into a car crash. I think she might have killed someone or hurt someone, and then a year later got Woman of the Year. I mean, there's a lot of things wrong with the last few sentences I just said. But the point is, whatever you want to be in life, as long as you don't kill anyone, is okay with me. But the point is, what I did was I went online and, I wanted to see from a woman's perspective what women go through, from guys, online and the harassment. And I basically broke it down to two categories. One of them was just weird, kind of funny responses, and the other ones were these guys will eventually end up in prison. So, yeah, I mean, it was pretty fucked up. So I figured, let's do it again. Let's do it almost like 8 years later. Have things improved? Did things get better? Shit like that. So, I went on a pretty popular dating app there. I figured I would stick to one, and that's what I did last time. And yeah. And, the goal last time was to do it for about a week. And I ended up quitting after 5 days because I probably got over 1,000 messages. And I was even on a date at the time, believe it or not, through online dating. I don't think it worked out because, here we are. But my phone kept going off, and she even asked me, like, well, why does your phone keep going off? And I just told her what I was doing. She's like, really? Wow, whatever. So that was the, highlight of the date, I guess, which is sad. And, I did it again, and, I did it for like almost a week, maybe a little more. And I got to say, I did not get anything really weird. So I don't know if it was just, the stroke of luck from my part, but nothing really happened. So I don't know if, you know, I keep hearing stories from women too, like they're still tortured by guys, and you know they get weird dick pics, and you know it curves to the left, and it's just horrific stories. You know, women still have to put up with. But this second round here, I didn't get really anything weird. I mean, I don't know, like you know, just basically hi, how are you, and that's it. I mean, you know, one person said, may I ask what is your dream vacation? So yeah, nothing too crazy. The craziest one really was like a smiley face, and then they sent me an emoji of a popsicle. So, you know, I could, I mean, that could mean a lot of things. You know, I mean, summer's coming up. You know, maybe they wanted to buy me an ice cream. I don't know, but yeah. So, got to apologize to my 3 fans out there. It just, yeah. Maybe things are getting better. Maybe, you know, the world is getting better. Or, here's my theory. I think guys are getting more, what's it called? Puss. And what I mean by that, and not more like actually getting laid more, but they're actually like, you know, growing it. And I get it. Like you can go to get surgery now, and you know, the crazy joke there I made about the Kardashian family there. Can you believe that Kim Kardashian went from doing a porn to becoming a billionaire? I mean, you know, somewhere Jenna Jameson is going, what more do I have to fucking do? But the point is, yeah, you can be whatever you want in this world. I don't give a shit. I really don't. I'm just trying to pay rent here. But yeah, so I don't know. Maybe maybe they're more aware of what the situation is online, and you know, they know they're being watched, and things can, you know, go wrong very quick, and maybe they're just more careful. I don't know. Maybe I got extremely lucky. I don't know. But it's definitely not as bad. Or is it, or you know, like it wasn't for me, or it wasn't as bad as a few years ago, you know, as it is now with me. So I don't know. Again, maybe I just got lucky. You know, maybe guys are more aware, maybe they're nicer. I don't know. But either way, ladies, I do feel sorry for you. I really do. Because you got to put up with our assholeness either way. And, you know, thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. But, yeah. So, yeah, I was expecting, you know, to do way more shit. But, yeah, it's nothing. Nothing. So... yeah, so it's either we're getting better or guys are more aware. More aware, you know. Maybe they're like this guy that I was talking about, the 100 dates here. You know, you know, maybe they're nicer, and I don't know. You know, maybe the machismo factor is gone. You know, and you might have to Google what machismo means, but dating myself there. But the point is, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know, ladies, be on your guard, and guys, kudos for being nicer. You know, so there you go. But of course, I'm gonna continue on with this beautiful legacy that is this podcast. Why not? You know, got to be able to please the 3 listeners. Again, thank you guys. I appreciate that. And yeah, support the channels, and let's just go on with normal stories, okay? Normal stuff, or, well, not normal, but, you know, just weird things I come across, and maybe you can relate to as well, so why not? Okay, so let's do this. Yeah, a lot of beeps and raining out there. It doesn't matter. God's crying. Who knows what rain means? But the point is, let's just continue, huh? There's one profile I came across, and I don't know, she, you know, seemed all right, I guess. And, you know, it always asks you, like, oh, what are you interested in, blah, blah, blah. And one of them said, one movie I can watch over and over is The Breakup. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've said this a few times, and again, I like Vince Vaughn. I'm Greek, Jennifer Aniston, you know, of course, you know, it goes without saying. But the ending of that movie is bullshit, okay? And what does this have to do with online dating? Absolutely nothing. But, ladies, I gotta tell you something, okay? I don't know if you've heard this before, but if you want a guy to do something for you, just ask. Don't imply it. Don't say, hey, I'm gonna get 2 tickets to a concert. Maybe I'll go. Maybe I want, I want you to come. I don't know. Maybe like just tell us. Look, either come to this concert or we're done. Okay. So, and here's the whole thing. I'm gonna get some shit for this for my beautiful 3 fans, but if the roles were reversed, like if Vince Vaughn went to the concert and then broke up with Jen after, like it'd be, misogynistic, whatever, but you got to end it like that because then, of course, guys, we're the only ones, for the most part that, take it. You know what I mean? It's listen, like as of right now, I am a white male. I am 44 years old. I am living on planet Earth. I get blamed for fucking everything. Everything. So, all I'm saying is I don't like the ending of that movie, and I don't know, maybe she likes the ending of that movie because, I don't know, Jen ends up leaving Vince, and I'm just saying, I don't like it. I don't like that ending. I don't. I don't know. Maybe they should have had like an open relationship, this way they can still keep the condo, and I don't know. Who knows? But the point is, I that ending is bullshit. Ladies, you got to be more direct with your guy, okay? Just tell him, look, you want to go to the concert, and then guys after, be direct after. I don't want to go to a concert. I want to stay at home, play Xbox, just chill. That's it. Just be more direct, that's all. And that's another thing, too. Like, a lot of people are pussies out there in the sense that they're not very direct with their feelings. So, there you go. Yeah, I said it. I don't regret it. Speaking of open relationships, holy shit. So, this woman I came across here, first of all, let me start by saying this. When you live in not so much like a town, but not a big city either, I've learned something. There's not a lot to do, and you shouldn't get married so young. I think that, like, if I had to make a law, I would say that nobody should get married until they're 30. Okay? Now, I would love to know what percentage of people that are under 30 get a divorce. I mean, if I had a tool like Google, I would use it and find this out. But, it's got to be at least half right there. So people get married way too young. There's no point in getting married anymore. I'm going to get more into that in the future podcast. But, I mean, it's something that people did after World War II just to, save a couple bucks. But the point is, a lot of people... And again, it's kind of society's fault too, and the governments, and and not that I've ever voted, and I never will. But again, we'll get into we're going to get into all my problems eventually in the future. But the problem with this situation is, I think this person got married way too young, and she told me, she said she's in an open relationship, and I said, really? And then she said yes, and I was like, wow. They're still out there. It's not just TV, or movies, or Lifetime. It actually happens, and I can't blame them. Maybe they knew they got into marriage too soon, and they just want to experiment a little more. Why not? And at the same time, rent is high. I mean, do you want to go through all that financial shit and divorce and they got kids and maybe pets, and they gotta worry about where the fuck they're gonna live, and mommy and daddy gave up too early in life, and now they're sleeping with the neighbor, and I don't know, and now the gardener is watering the bed for other reasons. But the point is, she was straight with me, at least right in the beginning, so that's cool. I respect that. So But then like she's sending me pics, and then at one point she says like, "Oh, just so you know, or I'll let you on a little secret. The husband, my husband, may or may not be the one taking these pictures." So I'm like, okay, so, and even I was wondering that, because I'm thinking to myself, okay, she's in bed, she still lives with the guy, she's still sleeping with him. She says, I even asked her, so how often you guys like sleep together? She's like, oh, like maybe, once a month or something. I think that's bullshit. I think it seems like one of those cases, like worst case scenario, if like none of them got laid that day, they probably look at each other in bed and go, one more? Yeah, sure. Which again, is nothing wrong with that. I mean, you might as well, right? There's no point making a steak and not eating it, and that's being generous. I mean, most people cannot afford steak. It is pretty insane out there. I mean, sometimes you got to wait for that like half off sticker. Shut up. We've all done it. But yeah, So again, it's cool. But then at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, like, even before that, I was like, yeah, someone else is taking these pictures. It doesn't really look like a selfie, you know what I mean? So it looks like, and I don't think she has enough money to hire GQ. So, I'm like, okay. Yeah. But I don't know, man. I mean, I thought about it, but I'm like, I don't know. And then you think like, maybe he's one of these jealous dudes deep down, like he doesn't want his woman, like, fucking someone else, but then she says like he's seeing other women, and but us guys, let's be honest, even I can admit this, we can be a little overprotective sometimes, and so maybe deep down he doesn't like it, but then I mean, maybe like is he taking the pictures of her because like he's like, maybe he likes the dominant thing, you know what I mean, like he likes having power over the woman a little bit, but at the same time, maybe he's just a big pussy. Maybe the girl's the one in charge and saying, "Hey, take a picture of me, bitch." Oh, okay. So I don't know what the fuck is going on there. I don't really want to know. I mean, it seems to be a little too much. You know what I mean? And like you want to give people space, but at the same time. Listen, if but sometimes you just want space from a person because they could be nuts. But again, all the power to you. I don't think it's for me. It just seems like it comes with a little too much what we say agita, and it's not worth it. So yeah. But good luck to them. I mean, I'm sure it'll work out. So there's one profile I came across, she says, equal parts nurturing and don't test me. Kind of like a face like, self-employed, independent, sarcastic, and happiness somewhere between country chaos and cozy nights in. Okay, so that could mean so many fucking things. I value honesty, consistency, humor, and people who can actually hold a conversation. That is pretty rare. I mean, I live in Toronto. I'm English is going to be like a second language in the next like 5 years. Bonus points if you're handy, emotionally stable, and can survive dogs, mud, and my sense of humor. So here's the question, ladies and gentlemen. What does she mean by mud? I'm a little confused with that one. I don't know. I mean, does that like... like getting dirty. But like getting dirty, like sexually, getting dirty, like, I mean, maybe she lives close to the woods or something, and I don't know. There's just too many what ifs there. I don't know. It sounds like the beginning of a unsolved mysteries. But the point is, she seems all right, but I think a lot of profiles have to be more clear, and she kept bringing up humor, which is good. Humor's good. Humor's good. you know. But if someone ends up getting like stuck in mud, or you know, or if that can mean something else, you know, I don't want to say what else it could mean. I think a lot of people, you know, the woods are dangerous. The point is, I don't know. Just try to be more clear in your profile. That's all. So there's one other one I'll leave you guys on, is a kind of an interesting one, in the sense that you know, we ended up going on a date one time, and it was fine. You know, we had a good little rapport. You know, making out at the end, and that's it. And then I don't know. I think we both like to kind of like have our way, and we got into a fight, whatever. Then it was done, and then we, you know, reconciled for a bit, and then it was done again, because we got into a fight again, and you know, so far it's a great start. And you know, then we reconciled again, and kind of just left it like, you know, okay, you're free, I'm free, whatever. We'll just work something out in the future. Who knows what will happen? You know, you can see this woman in, you know, like 10 years later, who knows? Which, by the way, has happened to me. So I did explain that one. But the point is, I mean, we're guys. Listen, ladies, plug your ears for a second, if you don't mind. Guys, let's be honest. I mean, you know, we'll be friends with a woman for 10 years. If there's a slight chance that we can get her, we'll just, you know, on the back burner, you know what I mean? Just, you know, you never know. I mean, you just never know. Hi, ladies, welcome back. So, but then she, you know, she disappeared for a bit, and then, you know, I'm like, hey, okay, what have you been up to? Blah blah blah, and she's like, oh, sorry, I went, you know, I disappeared for a while. You know, I mean, she did tell me at one point she was going back with her ex, and I think that lasted for, I don't know, like a month, and you know, that's always a good idea. Listen, I'm not judging. I made that mistake mature, you know, mature. Very, very mature. It's like George Takei there. Very mature. Oh my. The point is, it just didn't work out. And I said, well, like, what happened? You know, and she's like, well, you know, he like hired me to be kind of a, almost like a, kind of like a call girl, like a hooker or something. And like, I was like, really? She's like, you know, yeah, I would kind of, you know, like he was like my pimp for a while. And I was like, what the fuck? And then, you know, so I'm like, and then like, she didn't like it. I'm like, yeah, you know, this shocker. And, you know, so I'm like, wow, like this is like, yeah, I didn't see that coming. Right. You know, and, you know, and then she, you know, had kind of a problem there with some, you know, some drugs, whatever, and you know, and I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't do that. And then she's like, well, you know, I mean, the good thing is, you know, I lost weight. I'm like, well, yeah, that's it. Oh, jeez. And you know, so it's basically like, you know, you think you kind of know someone, but you kind of don't, and you know, then she's like, okay, well, let's get together. And then I'm like, oh, yeah. And, you know, but then she disappeared again. And I don't know if she's back in that life again or whatever. But you're like, holy shit. I mean, it like, you really just don't know someone. And that, you know, especially, it goes like at least double for people online. I mean, you really just don't know. You really don't know someone's life. I mean, like, you can meet them for the first time and go, hey, it's, you know, they seem all right. And then, I don't know, it's fucking, you know, it looks like fucking, I don't know, Jarvis Street in Toronto in the 80s. It's a good reference if you're from Toronto. But the point is, okay, really get to know someone, really take your time, and there's no rush. You know, there's really no rush. I mean, you know, summer's coming, and hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, if, you know, God can't help me out with my pro line bets, he can help me out with at least getting one woman in the summer. Okay, so, you know, let's just all take a breather, be thankful that on some level that, you know, men are getting easier online to deal with. Women, Not really, but again, I don't want to sound sexist or whatever, but I'm assuming I just got really lucky, and it's, I don't know, maybe I'll do it again in the 200th episode, which, oh my God, God, if that ends up happening, holy shit, they gotta, I mean, is there three therapy? It's healthcare in Canada, yeah. Does it cover therapy too, or okay, that's gonna, oh, Madonna mia. But the point is, I'm just looking for a normal woman, and I'm sure people out there are looking for something normal as well. If not, then be safe out there, and you got to be aware of these things that happen in small towns, man. Holy shit, it is just, it's worse than Florida. But anyways, this has been another I mean, was it a great episode? Not really. I mean, it was okay, a little anticlimactic, with the whole 100th episode and whatever, but open marriage, a very opening podcast. There you go. Okay, that's all right. Of Computer Love, Part 100.
I have a boyfriend. Unfortunately not, because I have a boyfriend.
Would either of you two go on a date with me?
I mean, I'm engaged.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, why not?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt this, but you know how I said like open marriage, and some people listen. Some people just get lucky, so good for Seiko here.
I only realized how crazy this clip sounds when I was editing this, and if I was feeling a little devious, I could have just cut it there, but I can't do that.
Yeah, why not? If I wasn't.
If you right, clarify that part. Right.
No, I'm so sorry, no.
Would either of you two go on a date with me?
You? I have a boyfriend, so no.
Me too.
So that'd be free.
Would you go on a date with me?
No, sorry.
Sure.
Also, again, last time I'm almost gonna end this. Don't worry. A lot of again, I'm not trying to stereotype here. I'm not a racist, but he's Asian. The majority of these women are Asian. Eventually you would assume he'd hit one. You know what I mean? Or just get one number. Just hit the odds. You know what I'm saying? Again, okay, maybe I'm living in the wrong century. Whatever. I'm just last time. Let's just end this.
Really just laughed in my face like that.
Circumstances, yeah.
So,
You seem like a nice guy.
You do,
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
would any of you guys go on a date with me? Alright, perfect. They say the worst you can say is no. Getting laughed at is definitely worse.